Hi, everybody. Welcome into Sports Talk Chicago. My name's Jon Zaghloul. Great to have you here. Channel 59.3, VPod TV, and YouTube. Big show for today. The Bears have named Justin Fields the starting quarterback finally. Talk about what it means and what to expect out of him come this weekend in Vegas. Should be a great game. Before we get started, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jon Z Sports and on Facebook at Jon Zaghloul. If you want to watch more of this show, find special clips and interviews, you know what to do. Search up Sports Talk Chicago on YouTube or go to sportstalkchicago.com. If you want to watch more shows from VPod TV, more shows from the network, all you have to do is search up VPOD TV on YouTube. Before we start today, I have to tell you about State Farm agent Brian McDevitt. A lot of our listeners have gone to him for all their insurance needs. He's been very helpful, getting them the coverage they deserve. There's no game with Brian. He's just here to help and make sure you feel safe. So if you have insurance needs and you haven't called him yet, what are you waiting for? Dial up the number, 630-796-2662. That's 630-796-2662. Find him online at brianismyagent.com. That's brianismyagent.com. And make sure to mention Sports Talk Chicago. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I want to start today with this. Leverage. It's a pretty powerful tool. Don't need me to tell you that. You could force someone to do anything. Even if they don't want to do it, you have leverage over them. You have leverage over your employer, chances are you're going to get a raise, and a pretty hefty one, too. So my question is, who has leverage over Matt Nagy? Pretty fair question. I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago that Matt Nagy said Justin Fields would never play. It was only last week that Matt Nagy said Andy Dalton is still the starter. What changed his mind? Really a big question. What changed his mind? Who has leverage over Matt Nagy? And we all know what the answer is. But it's the principle that's questioning. Why did it take this long? Why did the Bears wait from week 1 to today to decide, oh, you know what, it's Justin Fields' time now? Why was there no pressure mounted until now? We may never get the answers to any of these questions, but they're fun to talk about. I have a feeling inside Hallis Hall, Matt Nagy's in big trouble. Because if you go as a coach from there's no way he's playing to, oh, he's the starting quarterback for real, forever, well, obviously someone told him something. Like, for example, hey, Matt, you keep pulling this crap, you're going to be fired. So whomever stood up and told Matt Nagy to essentially take a seat, good for you. Because now it's Justin Fields' time. Justin Fields has been named the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. He will start this weekend in Las Vegas against the Raiders, the 3-1 Raiders. Here's a quote from an article from the NFL, quote, Matt Nagy has seen the light. Nagy reversed course on Wednesday, taking the action most everyone hoped to see and Bears fans wanted by naming rookie Justin Fields the team's starting quarterback moving forward. Quote, he's done everything to show us that he's ready for this opportunity. Sure. I just said this a couple of days ago. If Justin Fields performs like Andy Dalton, the same or better, it's obviously time to put him in. And I'm not saying Fields has done great. I mean, you look at his numbers right now, they're pretty scary, to be honest. Very scary. 48.1% completion percentage, no touchdowns, 2 picks, 54 rating. It's not good. But he has time to make that better. I'm not going to sit here and say Justin Fields is going to be a great quarterback. Not yet. He's talented. But I will say this. I can't wait to see how this all works out now. No more flip-flopping. No more switching back and forth. There's no more, oh, he could be the starter, he might not be. There's no more quarterback controversy. No more. It's over. It's all on his shoulders. Depends on how he takes that. Some people love that, and some do not at all. There's no more coddling. There's no more excuses. He is the starting quarterback. We're going to have to see growth from Justin Fields to justify whether or not he's a good quarterback, whether or not he's ready for the NFL. There's nothing controversial about saying that. Doesn't mean we're going to judge him right away, but it does mean that if he can't perform as the known starter, well, there's a problem. You all went after Mitch Trubisky. Way too much, in my opinion. I hope we see the same fair coverage for Justin Fields. I have my doubts about that. It's going to be tough for him this weekend, too. Raiders are no joke. 3-1 team. Very good. Derek Carr is the best quarterback in football right now. That's a fact. One of the best. Top 5. They have Peyton Barber and Josh Jacobs running the football. Kenyon Drake, too. They have a good running game. A really good passing game. I don't expect the Bears win. Just so we're clear, because this has been the mantra of mine since the very beginning. This season is not about wins. And really, this move by the Bears further proves that. We are not looking for wins. We're not looking for 10-7, wild card appearance, playoff appearance. No, we're looking for development. Bears are 2-2 right now. They could finish 6-11, like I predicted. But if Justin Fields shows growth by being named the starter, to me it's a great season. So the key is growth here. It's not measuring wins and losses. We're going to be outraged if the Bears completely blow a game. Yes, of course. But we're not here to judge wins and losses. We're here to judge, is Justin Fields truly the quarterback of the future? Everyone says yes, even though he's barely played, but here's the chance to prove it. That's what I'm looking forward to. Here's his chance to prove it. No more excuses. No more, well, he really isn't the starter. No, he's going to play. And to my knowledge, Bill Lazor's still going to call plays. So no more Matt Nagy getting in the way. So there really is going to be no excuse for the way he performs now. It's going to be all on Fields. Could be a bit scary. But if he performs, I'll have no reservations. I want the Bears to have a good quarterback. It's been way too long. They traded up to get him again. So, hell, it better work. I'm very curious to see how it plays out. He won't have David Montgomery. Montgomery's going to be out for a couple of weeks with that knee injury. So it's going to depend on Damian Williams and Khalil Herbert for the running. Not a bad tandem considering. Damian Williams actually averaging 4.6 yards per carry so far. Works for me. So he has a competent run game. Still, not his number one guy, but a competent run game. Darnell Mooney's looked good recently. Allen Robinson's been quiet, but maybe he'll turn it on. No offensive line, but we already knew that. And no Matt Nagy. It seems like a much better situation for Justin Fields to succeed. I'm not saying it's perfect. And again, not every situation is. Look at the other rookies around the league. Who's succeeding and who isn't. Who is a good situation and who doesn't. Trevor Lawrence, bad situation. Clueless coach, bad season. Zach Wilson, no weapons, no O-line, new coach, bad season. Mac Jones, good coach, all right weapons, good protection, decent season. Justin Fields, now he gets a chance to start. So here it is. I know he made great throws last week, I get it. But I want to see more. I want to see 100 passer rating. I want to see 2 touchdowns, no picks, and 300 yards. That's what we were promised, right? All of you said Patrick Mahomes. Well, let's see it. And no, this isn't me giving him hate. I genuinely want to see it happen. Because it's a fact that last week, that's not going to fly every game. Unfortunately, the Bears won the game, but 11 of 17, no touchdowns, 1 pick, 200 yards. That's literally what Andy Dalton did week 1. I'm just saying. It's not going to fly every week. It'll fly in the games you win, but in the games you lose, you're going to be the GOAT, not the good kind either. So the question is, can he rise to the occasion? I know everybody's so excited. Everybody's kissing his butt about, oh, hey, he didn't go out to celebrate. He stayed in and watched film, and that's nice. Let's see it translate to the field, though, before we crown him the king. You're such a negative Nancy. No, I'm not. I'm a realist. And I've seen Bears football. I know how this works. The Bears have always drafted good quarterbacks. They're good ones out of college, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. With this team here, they still don't have an offensive line. It's going to be a problem. The only positive right now going for Fields is that Matt Nagy's no longer calling plays. See how funny it is that he switched his position? This is comical at this point, isn't it? I mean, seriously. You go from week 1, Justin Fields is sitting, not ready, never going to play him. Then you're forced to put him in. Then he does bad. Okay, Andy's our starter. Put him in again. He did all right, but I still think Andy's the starter. Now, all of a sudden today, Justin Fields is our number 1 guy. Who has leverage over Matt Nagy? That's all you got to do. Who has leverage over Matt Nagy? The minute you realize that his job's in trouble, the minute you understand why Justin Fields is going to be starting on Sunday. By the way, I predicted this before the season. I did. I said they're going to start with Dalton. Nagy's going to be in trouble. Then he'll turn to Fields to save the season and probably his job. There you go. Funny part is, Matt Nagy's done nothing to help his status right now. The Bears don't even need it. He's relinquished play calling duties. He's the one who delayed Justin Fields. They're 2-2. Probably going to be much worse at season's end. What has he done to justify him getting a new contract or staying with the team? Not integral. Unnecessary. Now look at him. He's a puppet. Can't even make his own decisions. Now the front office has him hostage, which is the way it should be, because I wouldn't trust Matt Nagy with anything. But the point is, he has no control. Come on, what would compel you to go from week 1, Justin is not starting, even last Monday, to say, oh, well, we don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be, to now, oh, it's Justin for sure. No chance he came to that on his own. Which means his opinion doesn't matter anymore. And if that's the case, well, you know what that means. Probably shouldn't be here anymore either. That's an indictment on Nagy. This entire situation with Fields, with Dalton, with play calling is an entire indictment on Nagy. The whole thing. This is the second time now we've seen flip-flopping on quarterbacks. Trubisky, Bowles, Fields, Dalton. So the guy can't even control a quarterback, can't control the most important position in football, has had to give up play calling now on 2 separate occasions, and now really isn't making the decisions on who even starts at quarterback anymore. My gosh, talk about a red flag. And I know the narrative's going to be now, hey, Justin Fields is playing, and that's great. But don't forget about this stuff. Matt Nagy screwed this all up. Nothing is definite here for him, for his job future. And to me, right now, it's not looking good. The Bears could even win, and it wouldn't look good. Because guess what? He's not calling the plays, and he was the one who messed around with Fields and Dalton. From now on, the Bears will win in spite of Matt Nagy, not because of him. Got to remember that. I'm curious to see how Fields does. Really, I am. This is a big point for the organization and a big point for their future here. No more excuses. Seriously, no more. Matt Nagy's not calling plays. You have a good team or decent enough. Now it's on you, rookie. Make us proud. There will be growing pains. There will be bad throws, fumbles, interceptions, mistakes. But the question is, will he grow? Will he show growth from today to week 18? If he does, well, nothing to worry about. If he doesn't, could be a Matt Nagy problem, or it could be a Justin Fields problem, too. That's what you have to worry about. Don't evaluate this season based on wins and losses. Now, if Justin Fields wills this team to the playoffs, great. I'll be the first one to be happy and give him praise. But do not expect it. Don't expect, oh, we're going to the playoffs now. No. What you need to expect is, will Justin Fields improve? He has time. No Matt Nagy. Is he going to improve? Well, he showed everybody that, yes, he could be the franchise quarterback, or no. No way. That's the question. My fear is that everyone's going to get caught up in playoffs and other sorts of things that really don't matter. Record, wins. It's all about Fields here. All about what he's capable of doing with this team. Just to let you know, too. Want to make sure I put this out there. You look at the numbers, Andy Dalton's a much better quarterback at this moment than Justin Fields. I'm just saying. And that's not controversial. That's numbers right here in front of me. Andy Dalton's passer rating is 30 points higher than Justin Fields. Better completion percentage, more touchdowns. That doesn't mean I'm a big Andy Dalton supporter. That doesn't mean I'm trashing Fields, but I'm just telling you the truth. Now, Justin Fields had bad play calling. He's a rookie, younger. Cut him a little bit of slack. But now with Bill Lazor, here's his chance to shine. I want the best for him. I want the best for this team. I'm sick of seeing bad quarterback play. Do me one favor. Don't get your hopes too high. Said this last week on my appearance with Hannah and Fred on the Hannah and Fred show. Don't be comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. Don't be saying, oh, here we go. He's a great quarterback. Don't anoint him too early. Let him play. There are going to be growing pains, and you're going to have to deal with that, too. Let's see how he works. That's all. There's a lot of time this season. There's a lot of time for his career to develop. And the Bears gave Mitch Trubisky 4 years. This is not going to be an overnight thing. This is not even going to be a one-year thing, really. We just need to see some sort of improvement. If he can end the year with an 80 passer rating, 85, right around Mitch's numbers, fine. And next year, maybe it could be 95 or 100. Then we're talking about a franchise guy. There's a ways to go. So my hope, my suggestion, is that we don't sit here and ask the world of some rookie when you just threw him in. And that we hold him accountable when he makes mistakes. You know, Mike North said it best when the Bears drafted him. He said, Justin Fields will put up similar numbers to Mitch Trubisky. They'll make a statue for Fields and do nothing for Mitch. He's not wrong. As of today, he's not wrong. Justin Fields has a 53 passer rating, and everyone's saying, here we go. So excited. If Mitch Trubisky had a 50 passer rating, well, you know the rest. I'm cautiously optimistic. I really do believe he has the skill set to do well. He's a physical specimen, plain and simple. Question is, does he have the mental capacity to get through an NFL game, a full NFL game, and succeed? Does he have an offensive line to protect him? And will Matt Nagy get in his way again? I really don't get how he's still employed. Literally known to be a quarterback breaker now, and he's just here. Fine. Broke Mitch Trubisky, who cares? Breaking Justin Fields, that's okay. Why he still has a job, I am really unsure about. Maybe it's blackmail or something with the front office. I don't get it. Funny part is, though, front office is blackmailing him. What did I say to open up the show? Leverage is a pretty powerful tool. It can make you make some crazy decisions. To go from, no, Justin Fields should never play, to, oh, hey, he's our quarterback now. I really hope you don't believe, oh, Matt Nagy came to some great conclusion. No! He was told to say that, told to do that. Probably told him, hey, man, you don't do this stuff, you're done. And the fact that Matt Nagy has to take orders from the front office already should go to show you that his job's in big trouble. He needs a playoff appearance to stay. Or at least, I don't know, some sort of development from Justin Fields. But even if Fields develops, it's not going to be to Nagy's credit. It'll be to Bill Lazor. So, a lot of big issues for Matt Nagy moving forward. But who cares? I don't. Frankly, I don't. He gets fired, he gets fired. Been given more than enough opportunities to keep his job. He's been told numerous times what to do. And he never listens. So, doesn't matter to me. What matters now, Justin Fields, this team, this Sunday. It's going to be a tough game. I don't expect a win. Raiders are a very good football team. Raiders will win. But can Justin Fields put on a show? Can he at least control the ball more than anything? Can he control the football and not turn it over? Maybe put up a touchdown, 200 yards, no picks? Fine by me. That's improvement already. Not turning the ball over is a great sign of maturity for a rookie quarterback. That's something you really got to look out for this weekend. That said, I'm happy the move was made. And I really hope that Fields succeeds. But remember, judge him based off improvement. Hold him accountable when he makes mistakes. And realize that Matt Nagy has nothing to do with this. And his job as of today is in big trouble. Thanks for watching today's show here on BPOD TV, channel 59.3 in Roku. Make sure you follow me at John Z Sports on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook at Jon Zaghloul. Big shows coming for you this week. We have Dave Wills coming on, the Tampa Bay Rays radio broadcaster. We're going to talk with him about the Rays, the White Sox, and the AL postseason picture. Some good interviews coming up next week, too, with Scott Kaplan and KC Johnson. So make sure you watch here on BPOD TV every night at 10:30 and find Sports Talk Chicago on YouTube. Subscribe at Sports Talk Chicago.